These are the clouds I was looking for. Well, maybe. Once again, I'm at the Haxtergrund in Paderborn, trying to catch a picture with beautiful clouds in it. But so far I've had no luck. The clouds that I was aiming for are to my left. And this is what I'm seeing at the moment. I'm hoping that patience will pay off and I'll get some nice clouds eventually. I'm using a telephoto lens this time in order to compress the foreground and the background a bit. That makes the windmills appear larger in the photo. As for filters, I'm using a 0.6 soft grad and a 0.9 soft grad, as well as a 6-stop ND. The reason being that I need a shutter time of half a second. That half second will give me blurred cars, and that is what I'm aiming for in this particular picture. Every time there are a couple of cars on the road, I take a picture, and I have to see how to blend that in post later on. The sky is starting to take on a more bluish hue, so I might just get lucky and get at least a taste of the clouds I wanted in my picture. You might have wondered why I took so many pictures. Well, look at this picture, there's just one car. And if we check the other ones, this is quite decent. So is this. Another one. But generally, there are just too few cars to make for an interesting picture. Like this one, for example. So the idea is to blend these blurred images together somehow, and I'd like to show you how I do that. The problem with the pictures in which the cars are blurred is that the propellers of the windmills are blurred too, and they are very hard to make out against the sky. So I decided to take a picture where the propellers are frozen, and it's this one that I marked blue. There you go. In order to do that, I select these pictures by clicking on the first picture and then shift clicking on the last picture. And I then can open these as layers in Photoshop. I'm not going to do that now because I've already done that. So let's switch over to Photoshop. This is the picture. First I made sure that all the pictures are aligned. You can find this option for aligning about here. When these pictures are aligned, I move the picture with the frozen windmills to the bottom, and the blurred pictures are all on top of them, but invisible. Okay, so if I now make one of those blurred pictures visible again, I can see that the windmills are blurred as well. Okay, how do we do this? First, I'm looking for a picture that has as many cars as possible in it. This one doesn't look too bad, but this one certainly is even better. Okay, now let's put a mask on it. Move it all the way to the top. Now I zoom in on one or two of these cars. and I select the mask, and with a black brush at 100% I now start erasing the cars in this picture, like this. Just keep going. Switching to 10% to even out the fringes. And this looks quite nice already. Okay, switching back to 100% opacity and erasing the next car. There we are, all cars gone. Well, not quite. We now just invert the mask, Ctrl I, and there they are. As you can see, still propellers, moving cars.